Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Mary Sky Realty's video blog. I'm Mary Sky, also known as Krabby McCoffee. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up button. If you're a comer backer, welcome. So I just sent Higgins a ton of links. I think I cut everything. I might send him a couple more on radios just to be a complete butthole today. Sorry, Higgs, I'm in a mood. You get to go to work and I get to relax. Okay, so inspection. So Dinkster, cousin Dinky, turns around and messages me, how did it go? So the manager is like 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late. She gets here, right? She goes and she says, I got a checklist to go through. So we're talking. But anyways, my doctor's letter, she made a copy. Apparently it was here. So anyway, so she goes ahead and gives me a copy of my reasonable accommodations. And I asked her, will I get approved? She says, well, the main problem is Chloe's the problem. So she sits there and she admits Chloe's the problem. Not Rita's the problem, but Chloe's the problem. So I sat there. I think I might do pork chops tonight. I don't know what I want to do for dinner, actually. Because I'm so tired and wore out, I might just do a bowl of ramen. Actually, I had dry ramen for lunch. Yeah, Chloe's like, how can you eat that? Because we're not cooking. Well, she's like, I'm washing the floor. So, So the manager comes in, she takes my measuring tape, measures the everything. She's like, oh yeah, everything. She doesn't want everything condensed all the way to the heater so it doesn't breathe. But when she found out the heater isn't turned on and it's off the power box in her room, that's the only thing is Chloe complains about the heat. Now heat will clean your damn room. Well, while we were talking about my husband, I showed a picture of my husband when we were talking about, things. So I said to her, Chloe thinks maybe if she goes to a mental hospital, she could stay. The manager said Chloe is not obligated to pay the management company. She can leave tomorrow, but if she doesn't, and she wants to stay in May or March or whatever, then she's obligated to pay the rent. She doesn't have to. She can leave at any given time now. She was nice to give her the 45 days. So I said, that makes sense. She says, yes, Chloe can leave at any given time. But if she does, I'm stuck with a $400 additional bill. So, and the electric bill, right? And Chloe's like, maybe after Easter, I'll go, So the thing is Chloe's got till the 30th of April. So if Chloe goes, anyways. So then what happened was, I'm minding my own business. And I asked her, I said, does everything meet your requirements? And she overheard my scanners going off, in various counties. And she's like, oh, man, this is interesting. I said, oh, yeah, this is my hobby. Got the little antennas in the window. Works good. She didn't even complain, right? Then she said, I got to find that link that Higgins sent me. There's something that was bothering me. I think it was something about steam cleaning or steam machines. So, Higgins, he's like, time to grind some coffee beans, whatever. Tidness writing, Baofeng. Personally, I don't care about the Baofeng, thing that Higgins is complaining about. He's like, he was asking me about something or other, the other day, and I was like, yeah, who cares, But I'm trying, Oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. So he was sending me links to this. I was looking for this one. Yeah, it was this one. I think it was. I was looking at $308 one. So I was like, okay. And then I found a couple others. But anyways, I was looking at this one and then another one, right? And this one has 2,300. This one has 20,000 reviews. Looks pretty good. Bissell ships from Amazon, so hopefully they, warranty it. That's where Higgins comes in. I'm not going to look. There's some other carpet shampooers. So if I go carpet shampooers on Amazon, right? And then figure it out. It should tell me exactly what brands, right? So Higgins is like, the number one is Bissell. Okay, so you got Bissell, Hoover, Shark. I want to see Hoover. Let's see. Hoover seems cheap. I'm kind of skeptical of paying $80 for Hoover. And then you have Bissell, and then you got something called Shark. So I will let Higgins do the research of Bissell's, because I guess Bissell's number one in consumer demand or whatever. So that'll be his job. So, anyways, then he was talking about here we go. So he was talking about this one, $250, Jet Scrub Pet Upright. Well, you know what? I've sent him a few links, so it's all in Higgins' head. Oh, hands. I mean, so talking to the manager, and I said to her, she says to me, so I said, this is what I heard. She says, okay. Chloe went in, asked if you were going to research her. You said no. Chloe turned around, snapped, and eventually said, whatever, and stormed out, slammed the door. She says, yeah, but she told me to fuck off. That's where I drew the line. So the manager gets told to fuck off. I said, that's not right. She says, no, it isn't. She says, I advocate for people. She says, look what's going on, Rita. I said, what? She's like, you've said it time and time again. You have health department. Yeah, my blood pressure's through the roof. I don't have any access to my money. I don't have this. I don't have that. She said that they're looking into investigating Chloe. I said, what do you mean they're investigating Chloe? She says, look, Rita, we know what Chloe did in Moses Lake. All right? We know Chloe's mom basically got her out of it. We know Chloe's mom pushed buttons. I said, yeah. My family said, what the hell? She says, you made mistakes. You had to pay for it for 6 years. She says, look, the problem isn't you. The problem is Chloe. She says, think about it. We have cameras. We put cameras in the parking lot because we got a neighbor who's attacking another neighbor, and then another neighbor attacking another neighbor. And we got an internal conflict, so we had to put cameras in. Meanwhile, the one neighbor's got like 50 cameras. I said, yeah. She says, but. She says, I'm not here to brown nose. She says, what I'm here to do is defend the people that need to be defended. Think of what's happening to you. We got cameras. She said, the sheriff calls her up and says, apparently, is Rita been out lately? Manager said, yeah, yesterday. She asked where I went. I was like, I went to town to Chloe's therapist appointment. When I told her the story about Chloe's therapist, who Chloe was, was challenged. Chloe's therapist backed her. And she's like, hey, that's great news, because Chloe's telling everyone she's been evicted. Manager said no, she wasn't evicted. She says Chloe wanted out of here. We gave her the answer. Chloe didn't want out of here. We still were going to basically tell her to sign her off because we're not researching her. Thing is, we're protecting you, Rita. We're not protecting Chloe. Chloe's basically keeping you locked up. Cameras prove it, and Chloe is running around with your supposedly cash and debit card. And then she says, we know as well as everyone in town knows that Chloe's using your card for candy. So I said, really? She says, yes. I said, isn't that interesting? She says, look, no amount of mental health help is going to help Chloe get better. She refuses. She has passed her time. She said, look. I said, did you get any complaints about? And she said, yeah. He literally said that she called him an effing white rhino Trumplican tattletale narc. And I said to her, what do you make of it? And she said, then she went on about the neighbors. Didn't go literally against the neighbors. She just said there's neighbors trying to get her fired. And I was like, oh. She says, I got all the reports. I said, She says there's going to be complaints in the building because if she didn't get any complaints and she was doing her job too well, the management company said she's doing her job to the letter and there's going to be complaints. And I said, I don't have any problems. You know, she's been fair to me. She said to me today that she gets to choose the who gets to be in there. And I said, will this work? She says, yeah, I'll have to tell the manager. She says, you're not the problem. She says, well, why don't you go out more? Because I'm not allowed to. I'm allowed to run on a treadmill as a good little gerbil. And she's like, oh my God. I said, yeah, I'm not allowed to go shopping. Why do you think I use Amazon all the time? I told her, because frankly, I am not allowed to leave. Well, she said to me, she said, Advocate 1, Advocate 2, Advocate 3, Advocate 4. Herself, her mom, her dad, they're the repair people. They all are concerned because I'm the only one that never leaves my apartment. I'm not allowed to. Well, I'm not even allowed to open the window unless it's too damn hot. And the current temperature today, Higgins is probably freezing. 60 degrees today. And Dinky, you know, she's like, oh, how'd you inspect and go? Well, the manager literally gave me a clearance for Chloe because Chloe didn't do her room. I mean, literally, look at this. The rat's nest is clean. Here, let me show you guys. Look at that. Tildor, what do you think? What do you think? I wanted to get into my office, but I can't show you guys because I don't have a camera. And Chloe misplaced my camera battery. I was going to see about finding if Higgins has a program for me that I can download since I don't want to pay for Coral because I don't remember what my Coral program is when it reinstalled Windows. So I can actually download look, maybe I can get 2023. Let me look. B&H might sell it. Anyways, what I was thinking of doing is Coral, right? And then editing and using my camera, right? Yeah, I thought it was Coral or whatever. Yeah. Crap. It should be called editing software. Anyways, here we go. So she tells me outright that she's here we go. Let's see. I don't want to edit from the raw. I just want the Adobe Photoshop's $150. I thought Coral was used when we got our camera. They gave us Coral for free, so I thought Coral would be good. Anyways, I'll figure it out. Because if there's something free, Higgins should know. Coral. Maybe I'll have Higgins find me a free editing thing for a little raw and turning things into everything. But anyways, let's just get back to it. So we're having a chat about religion and politics and everything else, you know. And, we were talking about the trans man, mind you, that went on a shooting spree and killed people in schools. And then we talked about, you know, other issues. And I said, yeah, 99% of the cleaning that's done here was done by my hand. She says, Rudy, you need to take a break. You burned yourself. I said, I can't keep doing this. She's like, we will get someone in there to help you deep clean because you are entitled to live comfortably, and you are not going to go to a group home under my watch. So I told her about Chloe and the offer at the state. She says, "Oh yeah, I already know about that." They informed me because they needed to know why Chloe was kicked out from her current home. And I said, "Well, Chloe's an asshole." And I said, "Yeah, there's two types of people in the world: dipshits and assholes." And my father-in-law calls her an asshole. She says, "Well, truth's in the pudding, Rita. Think about it. Chloe's basically turning around." She says, "She won't let you leave." Literally, people are talking. The people are literally talking on this island. She said, "I even got a call from the APS lady, mind you." I said, "What did Lori want?" She said, "Lori's worried about you. You're basically stuck in your house and you're not allowed to leave." She says, "Everyone sees Chloe picking up groceries and stuff, but they don't see you." I said, "Well, I have to go and get a money order on the 3rd. So she says, "Good. At least that day you can go and get a money order. Maybe sit down and have a breakfast. Show people you're still alive." People are talking, and Rita dies, Chloe controlling things. Is Rita dead and Chloe's running things? Literally, apparently the people in this. I said, "Well, there's people out there that think they know me, but the thing is, So, she actually was telling me that she got hold of Chloe's record in Moses Lake. She's like, "Oh my G." Yeah. She's like, "This is not cool." And I said, "Okay." And, we're conversing. And she's like, and then I told her about my weapons rights and everything. She's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah. Yeah, I lost it because Chloe and the Secret Service and yada, yada. Well, we were conversing. And she says, "Look, Rita, everything looks good." I said, "I have an idea for the chair, right?" She says, "Then go with it, girl." She says, "You're basically giving us suggestions. You're willing." I said, I can do it." She says, "Good, you do that." I said, "I also need to order a new chair soon." She says, "What's wrong with this one?" I said, This chair is a a hand-me-down from the manager in Moses Lake." I said, "The other chair broke, split in 3. This chair is its only remains." She says, "Well, an admiral that has a well-used chair says it's well-loved." Yeah, well. So, point is, she said she'll get back to me at the research. But the only reason why they're doing a new research for me is because I'm in an intern stage. The intern stage means that my lease ain't up until June, and then I research for August. And she's like, "Look, Rita," she said, "ever since the pandemic began, you're not allowed to leave your house." She says, Advocate 1, Advocate 2, Advocate 3, Advocate 4, they're all worried about you. Even law enforcement, the APS lady. Then I said, "Well, I'm not allowed to leave my house. I got $140 in streaming services. I'm doing good." She says, "Well, you got your treadmill." I said, "Yeah, I run like that good little hamster every day on it, I said, "I didn't do it today because I was cleaning, but, I said I was exhausted yesterday. I put in 4 miles. She's like, "Rita?" Also, it's a clear day pretty much. So the Midland radios got to 0.9 miles. So that was good. We used those for the park. They go to the park anyways. So Chloe went. She asked the manager, says, "Chloe?" I said, "No. Her door's closed. Take the dog." Well, so we talked about Chloe. I said, Chloe's ideas. The manager is like, literally, and I said, "I don't know, I said, then I asked her, "You don't want me to move the desk a few more inches?" She says, "No. We move that desk any further and it'll be all the way in the hallway." That's what she says. "Must have been a pain to put that 32-inch flat screen." I have this actual CRT flat screen. And it's widescreen. So I was like, yeah, so I got a 19-inch and a 32-inch side by side. She says, you can hook up games to it. I'm playing there. I said, that was my plan. Make it a gaming room. You know, but I said, my TVs don't have HDMI. I can use the older games. Then we talked about cleaning a few things. She told me where to put my barbecue. She says, yeah, go ahead and use it. It's springtime. Go ahead and barbecue. You know, and then I told her, you know, that, you know, Chloe's, you know, she said, Chloe's obligated for one more month, but if Chloe leaves, you're obligated to pay the whole damn thing. You know. But she was like, the sheriff's always asking if I have service. I said, oh, yeah, I served yesterday. And I said, one of the sheriffs waved to me and said, hey, Rita. Former sheriff, the former head sheriff. I just waved back, was like, you know. Well, I told her, you know, I'm not allowed to leave. That's one of the things. I'm not allowed to leave. She literally said to me that Chloe's a narcissist. I said, yeah, we all know this. She says, how do you know? I said, well, Zoe told me that, plus the fact that right now Chloe's more importantly pushing me to find her housing. She says, in this economy. I said, oh, yeah. So, you know. So my phone's going to charge tonight, and it's going to be used for movies, you know. So, but yeah, that's the thing. The cameras are proving that I'm not there. And then she says, you know, but we were talking about the internal conflict between tenants, right? And she says, what's your thoughts on it? I said, I got a shirt somewhere. I don't know where. She said, yeah. It says, I drink coffee. That's what I do. I drink coffee. I hate people, and I know things. I said, I want to be left the F alone. And I didn't say F.K. I said, I want to be left the F alone. I don't want to be a part of it. Let me walk Moppy 3 times a day. Let me wean myself off of my tobacco. She's like, oh, you look good for your age, Rita. And I'm like, oh, yeah, but my heart's basically, you know, that's why the doctor wanted me at a treadmill. She said I gained a few pounds, but that's because I'm not allowed to leave. She says, that sucks, you know, that I'm not allowed to leave. I said, I'm sorry if I stink a bit. I haven't had a bath today because I was cleaning. She says, it looks great, Rita. You basically followed it to the letter, basically. I said, Chloe wouldn't help. I said, do you know how hard it is to move a 900-pound sofa? And she says, I've never seen a couch bed like this. I said, oh, I put a queen-size mattress on the top of it. She said, oh. Because otherwise, the mattress is already flat and as flat can be. So, you know, I said it works. And I sleep comfortably, so, you know. When I was at it, I took the damaged spring side, moved it to the headboard side, so now I got more room. Then I told her that I have king-size sheets. She says, this is going to make Melissa happy, you know, my advocate. Melissa didn't think I could move it. I said that thing was a pain to move, you know, but she was happy. She went in. We talked. Apparently, get this, everyone. Apparently, I'm the only unit in this damn place that has a ceiling fan. She also found out that I'm the only unit with a fire extinguisher that was put in 2010, and it hasn't been updated chemically since 2010. So she's going to make sure I get a new fire extinguisher. She also said most of the units have those little thingies above the stove that if fire happens, it triggers it and then drops this chemical onto the stove itself, but I don't have it. She's like, that's the weirdest thing, but she also asked if all the smoke detectors work. I said, oh, yeah. I said, I don't have one in the kitchen, but I said, that one works. The bedroom one I've never heard, but, you know, it works because I've tested it. And then the Chloe's room, she didn't go in Chloe's room. I said, Chloe's room's a mess. And she's like, we'll get to Chloe's room when Chloe leaves. I said, yes, ma'am. She says, you've done enough. She says, you're probably needing a week to recover. Oh, yeah. And we talked about the neighbor complaining about the vacuum again. Well, apparently he is complaining today because the vacuum was used, the shop vac was used. The manager explained some laws to me about Chloe and then explain some other stuff. She says, look, we're not just protecting you, Rita. We're protecting $6 million in assets because Chloe is very violent and antisocial is what she said. So $6 million in assets. She says, we got a hole there, chips there, this happened, that happened. She says, I can't see you attacking the wall. It's only one person, and we got to get rid of her. And I said, yeah, so to me it was, but yeah, I mean, it was literally like, but anyways, the rest of the night, I'm going to relax. I was going to call Higgins eventually, as long as he doesn't talk about money, because, I got to give him a gift card. I want to talk to him about radios. I want to talk to him about scanners, CVs, still thinking about it. I still want to test him out just because I can. Manager said she's willing to help any way possible. She thinks it's sad that my family's not talking to me. It was funny. She's like, where's your family? Colorado, Texas. And, it was interesting because she was just like, she said, when you sign that paper, you signed me to be an advocate for you, because she says you can't do it yourself. Because think of it, you're stuck in your house. You're not allowed to even leave. I said, she says, she saw my Midlands strapped to my thing, and she says, what's with the radio? I have to have him on. Chloe took the phone, so if I have a heart attack, I'm off the radio. She says, so you only have one phone? I said, yeah, Chloe has it. So the radio's there for me to radio Chloe, to let Chloe know, and it was interesting, because she was, it was just purely interesting, the fact that, she was just saying people trying to get her fired, and she was happy to know that I don't want any part of it. She's also happy that Chloe's gone. She's like, look, Chloe did this to herself, and she explained it. And I said, you know what? Chloe did it to herself. And she's like, look, Chloe's bad behavior. And she says, I got in so many police calls that Chloe is walking up the hill here, screaming and yelling. There's videos on Facebook of Chloe. Have you seen the screaming wild woman from Borneo screaming and yelling in the middle of the night, and I just couldn't believe it, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I saw the video myself, it's let's see if I can play it for you. See, I don't know if you could hurry all that, but yeah, manager basically was talking about that as well, and I mean, it's getting around that, and I wonder if I could save this. Let me see. Mm, yeah, I can. Yeah. See if I can write something down on paper real quick. I know Dinky's got a number, so if I can find Dinky's number, I'll forward this to Dinky too. Hold on a second. So okay, so it's done. I just gotta send Dinky a quick message. So, anyways, I gotta get going, but you know, um, you guys should know that it was pretty bad. So I forwarded it off to. Hopefully, we can view it because I think it's interesting. Mm-hmm. So tonight's plan is to sit back, relax, enjoy a night of relaxing with the little Hulu, I think, and gaming tomorrow. And tomorrow I will start the new plan of cleaning Chloe's room and disposing of crap that I don't want. Mm-hmm. So, Mm-hmm. so, anyways, that's what's going on. So, I'm gonna hope like hell that um, all is well. So I'm going to open my window, relax, watch some TV, enjoy my night, have some ramen, I think, or soup, or pork chops. And while I'm at it, I'm going to check the weather report real quick because, but oh, I better check to see if Kildor commented by now because he should be commenting about now anyway. So currently it is 36 in my dad's place, 32 in Chicago, and 34 in Higgins' place, and 62 degrees where I live. So springtime's here. I guess good old Higgins gets a freeze tonight. I'm a dog. Woof woof. So tomorrow's supposed to be 51. So we get can't it isn't bad. So currently it is 60. So temperature ain't bad. So let me check see about comments real quick. Anyways, yeah, well, Higgins, or not Higgins, Tildor says, are you almost done cleaning that crow's nest up? It's Miller time. Well, it would be Miller time, Tildor, if I had beer, but I don't have any beer until payday. So unless someone wants to genuinely send me a gift certificate from the grocery store to supply me some Miller, I wouldn't mind a can of High Life for a 6-pack or 12-pack. This place is clean, by the way. The manager gave me flying colors for my living area. Chloe's living area was a negative impact. I repeat, a negative impact. So, point is as you can see, let me see if you guys can see it once more. See, she threw the color. You can see right. Bed, kitchen. She actually said the seal's slowly failing in the refrigerator. And I said, the fridge is like 5 years old. She says, I know. They don't make them like they used to. Well, I said I use hot water and soap for cleaning the inside of the fridge. I won't use chemicals. And she says, really? I said, no. She says, why? I said, I don't want my food tasting like chemicals. But, she said, there's no funny smell here. And if there is, it's probably more likely the bun. So that's something that we got to work on anyways. So, but Tildor commented, like said, he said, are you almost done? Well, I am. All right. I would show you my office, but frankly, I don't have my camera battery, which means I got to have Higgins track me down an OEM of the Canon batteries because I don't know where my batteries went. And then I'm going to have to buy batteries. But the manager understands where I'm coming from. I got clothes hampers to buy. I got other items on the list for the rest of the year. We're going to get this place put together thoroughly and organized. But she even told me she would gladly go get my groceries for me, the manager. So I was like, oh, cool. She says, what do you usually get? I said, oh, I get milk and butter and cheese. She said, eggs? I said, I don't touch eggs that much. I got a thing for, I don't have a thing for eggs. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, I don't like high cholesterol. I keep myself alive as long as possible, but she was just literally angry as hell, that, she's like, no, not allowed to leave. Then she asked me about my food. I said, oh, I eat when I get to eat. I said, most of the time, I don't get to eat, So, anyways, it was an interesting day, I tell you. Prep like, yeah, prepare Miller time. Yes, I know it's Miller time. I'd like some Miller too. Okay, but I have to wait till payday, which means on the 3rd, I can go get a 6-pack or 12-pack of Miller. Rolling Rock wasn't my cup of tea anymore. I think Miller High Life is a good beer. I wonder if Genuine Draft is any better than High Life. I'll have to figure that out. The difference between Genuine Draft and High Life. I like High Life. It's been around a long time. Apparently, when the Babe Ruth started out, he started out in baseball and he was working with the Boston Braves or whatever, the Boston Red Sox, whatever it was. Yeah, I think it was the Red Sox. He was drinking High Life, and I thought, that's pretty cool, It seems awesome. So, anywho, like I said, I don't want to tie up the YouTube channel too long because I have time to rest. But, thing is, I deserve a rest after going through so much. Higgins, of course, has his work cut out for him. I may or may not send him the thing on radios. Just depends on my mood. I may or may not. So, it depends on how I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. So, you know how that is. So, anyways, that's all I got to say, peeps. Time to watch some YouTube. Hulu. Use a little Hulu and, see what happens when it comes to my cousin Dinky and so forth. So, hopefully she sees the, the message. So, anyways, let's see. I think that's the right area code. Let me look. Yeah. Yep. So that's the right one. Send it to her. So, okay, people. Love you guys. You guys take care. I will keep you updated. It's time for me to rest. Open the window. Watch some Hulu. I hope you guys have a great day. Maybe I'll drink some water. That's all we got around here, anyways. Coffee and water. I've had my daily intake of coffee for today, so maybe tomorrow. So that's it, everyone. Thanks for watching. And, stay tuned for another update. Tildor, comment away, man. Let me hear your opinion. And by the way, that thing I tried to play for you guys on my flip phone, manager was like, that's one reason why Chloe's going. She's basically waking up neighbors. So in the end, it is all good and gravy. So with that said, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Please look for another update. I will let you know how it goes. I still have to call Higgins at 5, I think. That's what I scheduled myself to. I'll email him and ask him about calling him in about 38 minutes. If he's free, we'll talk. Got some radios to send out anyways. But anyways, the main thing is I'm not going to send him the video. I could if he wants it. I'll just have to get the number. So let me see if I can do it. I know it's what his number is. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay, so there we have it, peeps. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion, hit like, subscribe button, so some fun for your family, including your dogs, cats, your bunnies, service dogs, service bunnies. Go to notification, thumbs up button, subscribe button, and keep the comments nice. All we ask. Thank you, and God bless you in everything you do.